Welcome to this video, and in this video we are going to talk about the three skills that you need in order to grow in your career. Now, whether you are a mid-senior professional or a senior professional, or for that matter you've just started out your career, these are three skills that you will need for the rest of your life. The first one is clear and effective communication. So, when I say clear and effective communication, basically the one thing that we are doing every day at work or even when we are at home and probably connecting with our colleagues when we are working from home, one thing that we are doing is communicating. So, why not communicate clearly and effectively? Because communication is your day to day communication. It is a communication that you receive from your higher ups, that you pass on to your teams, and it's also something that helps to build a beautiful company culture, right? So in order to build a great and effective or a clear and effective communication, you need to go ahead and ask a lot of questions. Now, whom are you going to ask these questions to? These questions could be asked to people who could let you get that clarity, because still you don't have clarity, you won't be able to communicate in the same manner, right? So ask a lot of questions, go ahead and build your influence. So currently I'm reading this book, Influence: The Psychology of Persuasion, and it's a great book. So far I've reached around half of the book, where the author is talking about the different levers of persuasion. So you have liking, you have similarity, there are a lot of things which make people want to listen to you. So I would highly suggest that you go ahead and read this book for yourself. Now, you may be asking, what does clear and effective communication do? Many a times I have people who come to me and tell me, "Hey, Ria, I'm from the tech background, and for me, the more or less the work, is related to supervising my teams or going ahead and doing coding and all of that. Why do I need to communicate, especially when my clients, whom I talk to once in a while, are always on audio?" Right? Now the point is, you're still communicating with your clients, be it in a written way, in an audio format, or in a video format, or in person. What typically clear and effective communication does is, it helps them to come ahead and trust you, so you're able to build your trust. Next, it crazily reduces misunderstandings, right? And lastly, it creates a win-win for all the parties, because once there is clarity, the process goes faster, the deals happen faster, the relationships are nurtured much faster. So the first skill that I have for you is to develop the skill of clear and effective communication. Do go ahead and read the book recommended to you. Next, let's talk about feedback. Now, feedback, typically, when you hear feedback, typically you would come across a lot of articles, a lot of videos that talk about how do you give feedback. But yes, giving feedback is important, but more important is being able to receive feedback with grace. So remember that feedback is just another person's opinion of how you are performing. So you don't have to be defensive. All you need to do is acknowledge the feedback, think about it. Does it float your boat? If it does, great, go ahead and work on it. But in case you feel, hey, this feedback is not something that I would like to take, still just say thank you and decide not to take it forward with you in your journey, right? So a book that I recommend to you is Crucial Conversation. So it's a book where you're talking about how exactly do you embrace feedback in relationships that are really sensitive, that need to stand the test of time, right? And of course there's the 1 minute manager as well, so you can go ahead and read that as well. Now, coming to the next skill, and a very, very important skill, is building strong teams. So, I'm sure you've kind of dealt with teams. You understand what it is like to manage conflicts, to handle feedbacks, and so on. But one thing that people typically miss is not defining clear goals. So it's very crucial that as a leader in your teams, you need to go ahead and define clear goals for every person and clear goals for the team. Understand what motivates every employee, every team member out there. Somebody might be motivated by a promotion, the other person might just be motivated by some appreciation in public. So it's very crucial to understand their motivators and use that in order to help them progress in their careers. And lastly, I have a book that I would like to recommend for you. It's called The Culture Code. Go ahead and read it. In fact, I've not added it over here, but you can also go ahead and read Why Leaders Eat Last by Simon Sinek. So, yes, these are some skills that are really important when it comes to growing in your career. Go ahead and comment below and let me know which of these skills you're looking to develop. And do let me know how do you find this video. Go ahead, subscribe to the YouTube channel so that you're notified every time I throw a value bomb out there. This is your coach, Ria Punjabi, signing off.